Richard, come on stage now, come on, Brooklyn! Thank you. Hi. In 1997, my partner and I bought a very little country home on a very little piece of property in the very little hamlet of Ulen, New York. We had no business getting a country home. We couldn't afford it. But we wanted to do something very, very profound in our relationship and in our life. We wanted to create an oasis of tranquility for ourselves, for our family, for our friends. So this little town of 150 every weekend raised its population to 152 plus guests every weekend. And Peter was a landscape architect, so he put together these beautiful gardens. And we wanted to keep the real tranquility of this place. We never argued inside the house. We never had words with each other. We kept it for the car ride home. And it was very, very placid up there all the time. The worst it would ever get was when Peter caught a deer sneaking into the garden, eating the hosta plant, and he'd go wild. But that was about it. In August of 2012, Pete died. And it was a pretty violent death. And I said, I'm through with Ulen. I'm done. Let me sell the thing. I'm going to move on. But then I thought, no, this is going to help me with my recovery. I want to keep this oasis of tranquility. I didn't know how I was going to afford it, and sure enough, I couldn't. So I opened it up to be an Airbnb. And I was determined to make this an oasis of tranquility, even for strangers. And the 5-star reviews started coming in like crazy. People saying that. I've never felt such peace in a place. There's some aura around this place. And it really made me feel good to feel that. In January of last year, I get this email from a Buddhist nun from Boulder, Colorado, Mother Gamlam. And she writes to me and she said, I am coming with 6 of my sister nuns to a meditation jamboree. That must be real fun. Very close to Ulen, and sure enough, 10 miles from my house is this Buddhist retreat center. Can we use your place? I said, this will be great. Yes, this is what it's for. Come. That started a series of almost weekly emails from Mother Gamlam asking everything from, can we set up an altar inside the house? Can we do chanting inside the house and outside the house? Can we set up an altar outside? Is there a place that we can get organic and macrobiotic food? Yes, 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 yes. Just do it. Come. And it was great. I was getting things ready. About a week before they came, I got that place beautiful, pristine, clean. It was ready. I even stocked the refrigerator with fruits and vegetables, all organic, macrobiotic, to get them going. The morning that they were going to come, I get in the car from New York City. I drive up to Ulen. I open the door to get things ready because I had to hand over the keys, and the smell of rotting food hit me. I'm like, oh, shit. The refrigerator was off. I said, Richard, you get through this. Let's figure out what's going on. So I went to flick a switch, no lights. I go to flick the switch to the basement to get to the fuse box, no lights. I go to the fuse box, no electricity. I'm freaking now. I go run around the house, and all of a sudden I see that the electrical box was pulled out and replaced with this caution ribbon from the electric company saying there was a problem in the neighborhood and we pulled your electricity for the next 2 weeks and you need to contact us. That's when I started freaking. I'm running around. I'm like, these nuns are going to be coming. And what do I do when I'm freaking on my own? I swear as best as I could in silence. I've never been good at swearing. I always wanted to swear like a trooper, and I couldn't do it. I'm always awkward. But when I'm alone, this goddamn house, I can't believe it. It's so crazy. This fucking place, I can't believe it. And this is going on. And these goddamn nuns are going to be... And all of a sudden, I hear a knock on the door. And it's Mother Gamlam and the nuns. I said, wait in the backyard. I don't know what to do. This is an emergency. She's like, Richard, be at peace. We can calm you down and help with this challenge. There's nothing like being calmed by a group of Buddhist nuns when you're ready for a meltdown. So I'm scratching my head saying, what do? I got to get this ready. Sure enough, I remembered that there was an old hunting lodge about a mile from my house that converted to really nice cabins, luxury cabins. I tear ass up there. I ask, can they put them up? They can. I put my credit card down. I'm down $2,000 now, and I get Mother Gamlam and the nuns settled in. I said, I'll be back in 3 days. The third day, I get in the car from New York City to go up to Ulen, and the car rings in the phone. And it's the manager of the place saying, you better get up here sooner than later. I said, I'm on my way right now. They said, there's a lot of crap going on, but we want to let you know they've already run up your credit card bill by about $400 with pay-per-view movies and popcorn for the microwave. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I get up there and I see Mother Gomlam and I'm like, Mother Gomlam, just start with the movies and the popcorn. What's going on? She said, well, all prayer and no play makes Mother Gomlam a very dull nun. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Then the groundskeeper comes up, and he's fit to be tied. He said, I want these ladies out of here. They're fucking crazy. They're driving me out of my mind. They're throwing things around, flowers and fruit. I'm getting every raccoon and bear and skunk in Sullivan County up here. Get them the fuck out of here. I'm like, whoa, I'm not in this. And Mother Gomlam said, be at peace. Richard gave us permission. He said, I don't give a fuck what Richard said. You don't do this. You cannot treat my place. This lady is fucking crazy chanting through the night. One of the nuns peeked out from behind Mother Gomlam and said, that is not a lady, that is Mother Gomlam, and fuck you. I don't know what juju I was creating, but I created a fuck you fest. They're going out of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, back and forth. I'm dying. I threw my hands up and I went back to my place. I sat in the backyard and I started crying. And it wasn't out of sadness. It was almost out of this resignation saying, Richard, this is what life is. It's not always going to be an oasis of tranquility. There will be times that there are shit shows like this. So I cried to accept it as best as I could. And I just enjoyed that beautiful spring day. And I let everything come in. And I looked over and I had realized I had neglected 3 days ago to close the gate to the garden. And I look in there and there's two beautiful deer, a mother deer and a baby doe with spots all over it. And they're chomping on the last leaf of the last plant of hosta. And I reacted the only way that I could after a situation like that. I looked at them and I screamed, fuck you! Thank you.